Yeah.
Right.
The real sad part is they probably won't put in Brad. Not in Ninja Gaiden, though that would be fun. Play a drunken master in a brawler. I'd love that too. There's potential there, though. Like you said, there really is potential for DLC, fun side stories where you could, like if they decided to make it an actual beat 'em up instead of a Devil May Cry, more of a beat 'em up, they could put in a bunch of their characters. But more than likely, it's still going to be a proper Ninja Gaiden game. But the ninja characters all fit. Hey, you might even get your boy, the dad. Damn, I can't remember any character's name, but the dad. You know, what if he was a secret character? Now, there's a brute. You know, Yane's dad.
Oh, you're talking about, oh, goodness, why my mind go blank.
I know, man. I'm telling you. I know. I can see him, but I can't tell you his name. Godot or something? Rido. Yeah, and we don't know if we're pronouncing that right, but Rido, yeah, we call him Rido. Rido would be a really badass secret character, man. But that's probably like you got S-Class, you know, you unlock the bullshit character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that would definitely be a probably a unlock type.
We got the dates and everything, right?
Yeah.
All right. Are we live yet?
Well, yeah, we've been live now for the last minute.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you introduce us?
All right.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Well, Dicejunkies, I'm Xenodamus. I'm here.
Great timing, man. It's like, all right, well, he's not going to do the intro. Hey, man, I'm Xenodamus here with Q. Yeah. Hey.
Oh.
Trying to get to the coffee. It's got what ails you. This is our Christmas coffee. You do eggnog, man?
I don't do eggnog.
You know, I like milkshakes, and to me, eggnog is a spiked milkshake. That's why I wanted to go to. Remember, Matt? That must have been what did it. The other day, I called him up, and for some reason, I had this weird Jones, and I said, "Man, I want a milkshake, but I want it filled with alcohol. Where can I get that?" And we couldn't find it locally. Unfortunately, that tends to be Louisiana. But now I know what it was. What I was wanting was spiked eggnog. That's why.
I bet. Dog Mud might have spiked eggnog.
Our local bar Dog Mud should have a spiked eggnog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have some interesting drinks, so they may
have to pop in there and see what they got, man.
They were doing some Fallout.
I've been playing Fallout.
They've been doing some kind of Fallout theme event, I think, yesterday.
Yeah, I'm wondering when we're going to get a bar that's going to do the Edge Runners drinks. The Cyberpunk have the name drinks because they tell you what's in it. If you're actually in the game, they'll tell you what's in the drinks, I think. So you can actually make those drinks.
I mean, obviously Cyberpunk is not as big as Fallout, so
heck no,
hit
man.
That
let me get the Vault Dweller. Actually, the funny thing is there's recipes in Fallout 4 for drinks, so you could actually make the drinks from there. They got the Dury Wastelander and a bunch of others. Some of it, obviously, the fruits are fictitious, but some of it, you could make the alcohol. Huh. All right, cool. Yeah, we talk about alcohol in here. Jackie Wells is basically a Moscow Mule. See, I love our fans. They know. They know their drinks. That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. That's all right, man. We're going to hit up that Dog Mud, see if they got us some kind of eggnog mixed up drink. Or I'd always just go to the Harry Potter stuff, man. Ravenclaw.
Local amateur says, I broke the McDonald's ice cream machine. No, you didn't, man. It's always broken. Well, it depends on what time of the day. If it's late, it's always broken.
I swear they just turned that sucker off at a certain time because they got tired of potheads walking ice. Yo, man, I want an ice cream cone. It's broke. Let's get out of here, man.
All right, let's get started. First up, as you heard us sort of talking, if you tuned in early, we were talking about some Ninja Gaiden stuff, and that is because Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive reboots are in the works. This has been confirmed as of Team Ninja's keynote at the Korea G-Star conference, which I think we already had confirmation on Dead or Alive, or Dead or Alive 7 was supposed to be a reboot. So.
Well, let's give them a little context, too. Like, we're fighting game players. Now, we're not vets. We're not pixel counters and all that. We ain't got no frame data, but we are vets. Like, we get in there, we fight. And DOA is one of the games that the Dicejunkies team, at least me and Xeno, play pretty heavily. Our boy Blood Axe, he jumps in when Soul Calibur hits the table.
Yeah,
It gets Siegfried on your ass. But
Jarek is the one that has gotten us really that are alive. So
we know, but we burnt out on it. We played it so much, and me and Xeno got so good nobody could touch us, so we needed to step back. What? I call it like it is. I don't care. So we stepped back. We've been chilling, waiting on a reboot. So they're doing a reboot. Well, if you don't know, Ninja Gaiden, the characters from Ninja Gaiden, Hayabusa's in DOA. It's technically the same universe. So with this reboot, we were theorizing that since they're announcing them together and you can see the picture, that Team Ninja is going to make them even more tied together, where maybe you'll be able to play Kasumi and Ayane and Hayate along with Hayabusa in the Ninja Gaiden game, which I would enjoy. I like Hayate. Hayabusa's okay, but I like Hayate. And Jarek loves Ayane. And Xeno can play everybody. He's Mr. Random. He can play every character because he doesn't pick just one. He's smart like that.
But I mean, and like you mentioned, it would be cool because I mean, you see them go around to different villages. In some of the Ninja Gaidens, you've seen them go more into town. So it'd be cool to see those elements of maybe have some of the Dead or Alive characters show up in.
Oh yeah, maybe even have a boss fight. Yeah. You could basically make it a beat 'em up. The Ninja Gaiden can have some beat 'em up elements where now you're meeting other characters. Maybe you go fight Rhino and the science chick and the other villains or characters at different points. Maybe you see I cannot remember a single character's name. Snake Hand. Christy. Yeah. And we were even saying that as an Easter egg or DLC. Maybe throw some of them in. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all know I play Bass. I'd love to be dunking ninjas, man. I think it'd be hilarious if I could get Bass in there to beat him up, grab a ninja and powerbomb his butt. That is just the most hilarious thing.
I mean, the only problem you have with the intertwining some of the other characters like that is Ninja Gaiden tends to have some
it's more
ninja mobility that you're needing. And you really wouldn't have that mobility with Bass to go hop up walls. That's why I said
DLC or a funny thing,
Yeah, I guess you could do something if it's a special character where he just sort of punched the wall and use it to make a boom. Yeah.
I just think it'd be fun for fights to be even if it's a little section.
You could make elements to make the other characters be able to.
I miss multiplayer brawlers, dude. We haven't seen a beat 'em up in a long time, genuine beat 'em up. It would be nice, for example, a multiplayer Ninja Gaiden. I play Hayate, Jared plays Ayane, you play anybody, and we could run in there and actually play together.
Well, I mean, it would be cool since they do intertwine so much too. Because Dead or Alive's never had really a really in-depth story. Its story mode is it's very splintered and not very. And so if you get these other games like Ninja Gaiden to sort of start telling the story for the fighting game.
Ooh, what if the Ninja Gaiden games covered everything that was happening in between the tournaments that built up to them?
Yeah.
That'd be smart. Ninja Gaiden 1, DOA 1. Ninja Gaiden 2, DOA 2. That's how you make your money, because now we're buying both. Especially if I can play Bass and Ninja Gaiden. Come on, man. I can do it, Team Ninja. Come on, man. Do it. Come on. I want to powerbomb a ninja. And like in the other game, I've obviously powerbombed the hell out of y'all. But like I want to powerbomb a ninja and beat him up. I want to grab a sucker and point to the rope and drag him by his leg. You know? But I'm excited for a DOA reboot because to me, DOA is on a whole nother level of fighters than Street Fighter. And I know that's a sin, but it's better than Street Fighter.
And DOA 6 lost a lot of DOA. Like a lot of the feel of DOA was lost.
Our boards, man, are crazy, dragging people downstairs.
So hopefully a reboot will sort of bring back some of those elements of DOA that were unique to DOA. You know, the sort of craziness and out there of the boards were one of the cool things with DOA that got lost with 6.
You know the fear one of us will get our back up to a wall to win somewhere? And this sucker lives for that. Like, he freaks out. Like, he'll lose the match to not get knocked through a wall. He'll be like, I'll
lose the match to try to knock somebody through a wall.
Like, I can counter him because I know what you want to do. I'm like, he want this. But he's gotten real sneaky, though. And, oh, my God, some of the throw transitions were epic moments where you grab somebody and just that was something unique to their game that no other game offers, was these crazy stage transitions and over the top moments. Like, oh my God, the board where you're just on the little cliffs that goes down forever and the ninja throw up in it. Yeah, the epic moment. So I'd like to see that come back, but I also would like to see Ninja Gaiden become more than just a ninja version of Devil May Cry. Multiplayer, multiple characters.
Look at that. We have mini Blood Axe show up in the chat room when Blood Axe is out.
Oh, hey. Hey, man, we got a bunch of folks. How you doing, man?
Oh, anyway, let's move on to the next subject because, I mean, that's mostly just I'm curious to see what happens there, and I'm definitely excited to see.
Well, I mean, we're probably going to stream the new DOA. We'll probably throw a party and we did a gaming party for, what was it, Soul Calibur?
Yeah, I think it was Soul Calibur.
So we'll probably do it again. We'll probably invite our boys from Beat That Guy Gaming's and any of y'all that are interested and throw a game together, man, and let people come play with us, and I'll let you know. It don't matter what the game is. If it's fighting, I'm gonna whoop your ass day one. You better pre-order it. You want to beat me?
Yep. All right. So let's move on here to this one. This one would be fun.
I know you're not happy about that.
No,
don't they owe you some free DLC out there?
I mean, they gave us some free, but I mean, it was minuscule. And then they promised so much free stuff because of the horrors of the last Cyberpunk.
Also, all the pre-orders. They got a lot of pre-orders. Like me and Blood Axe, I don't mean to interrupt, but me and Blood Axe are still waiting for multiplayer. I've tried to get into it, y'all. I did the upgrade. Thank you. This man sat up here and spent hours upgrading my computer because we forgot the power supply. We had to run and grab power supply.
Well, it wasn't that we forgot it. It was just that there was some compatibility issues, so we had to go pick up a
and unfortunately, I know he wants to punch me because then I turned around and now I'm playing Fallout 4 with HK. I haven't touched Cyberpunk. I tried. Yeah. I couldn't get into it. But if they put multiplayer out,
multiplayer's not happening, dude. I mean, just get over it. They said if they did multiplayer, they said it was going to be a separate thing. So
and probably not free now, apparently. I'm sorry, get yours out about the DLC because you're the one suffering more than me. You played the whole game.
Yeah.
Me, I've already tossed that out of my mind. What I spent on that. You know what? I support.
Well, no, I don't. I honestly don't think I'm going to spend money on DLC. Like I've put a few hundred hours, I think, into Cyberpunk, trying to get every little bit I could out of it. And every time they've released any kind of DLC, I've hopped on and I was like, this is useless.
You didn't do enough.
This is nothing. This is nothing. And now you're finally going to put out something, but you want me to pay for it. And I don't know, man. I don't even feel like it's going to be enough for me to want to jump back in for,
That's my problem, is that with the game not capturing me, and it's just a gameplay thing. I mean, I'm sorry, but man, I like that extra elements. I like survival. We were having a conversation. I like to me, I would love to see, now if this new mod added a survival mode where I needed to sleep, I needed to bathe, I needed to eat just to get that immersion. And what was the big one I said? A crafting system where I get to customize my weapons. I get to pick the customizations. I might give it a go, but right now, it isn't giving me what I need. Gotcha, we'll let them know. Sorry, we got people in chat saying tell Blood Axe hi. But those elements aren't there for me either. And unless this DLC has actual gameplay changes that I've been waiting for, I'm probably just going to chalk it up to, you know what, I gave you the money. I like CD Projekt Red. You got my money. I'm not mad at you. But no, I don't think I'm going to play the game.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, their DLC was just so minuscule that they gave us, and I mean, I don't know. I'm just sort of annoyed with the whole process. I would have liked more. I enjoyed the game. Don't get me wrong. I still think you should play it. I think you'll enjoy it if you can get back into it. Yeah.
I think when I burn out of Fallout, I'll be able to do it. But right now, I'm just on this big survival.
I'll tell you the thing that scared me the most, and that is when I was reading this. So they talked to the PR director, and there was it will be a paid one. Pricing hasn't been announced, but they said they are traditionally cheaper than full price games.
So it will probably be seen
and it's just
under 60.
Yeah,
$60. By under, do you mean a fifth of that?
So when you're talking about a DLC and you're like, well, they're traditionally cheaper than full price games, so you're saying that's all you got for me?
I don't like this under 60 because $59.99 is under 60.
So to be under 60 is not part of the quote. Don't take that out of context.
Okay,
the quote was, they are traditionally cheaper than full price games.
This is the amount I'd be willing to pay.
Which really does tell you that it only, because and the reason the 60 is listed is we know full price games are generally $60.
70 actually, but yeah.
So we're saying, well, all that quote tells us is that it'll be under 60.
Which has got a lot of dollars.
Which I'll be honest, if it ain't under 20,
10. For me. Now for you, I can understand you paying on 15. For me, 10.
What is it, a white tax? What the hell, man?
No. No, I'm not a Cyberpunk fan, people. I don't really like sci-fi. That's why. I mainly buy Cyberpunk because they said they were going to do multiplayer. You want a little secret to the other reason I'm disappointed? The truth is, I'm not that into sci-fi. I prefer Shadowrun to Cyberpunk. I bought it because they said they might put out a multiplayer function. That's actually why I bought it. And I like the maker. The original creator, I like that guy. I like that guy a lot. And I'm willing to blow. Yeah, I had the money at the time. I was doing well back then. Now after COVID, I ain't. But back then, I had it, and I said, I'll support you. I like the company. I like their jokes, their sense of humor. I want you to understand I like CD Projekt Red. But until they put out a survival mode, they're probably not going to yank me in, because right now, that's my current kick. I play Grounded. I'm playing the new Legend. I'm playing the Anniversary Edition of Skyrim with survival. I'm playing Fallout 4 with survival and immersive that makes survival even harder. I want that element. But don't get me wrong. The company is good. The game, you said the game was good. Now, here's the thing, though. They might get you, though, because what happens, though, because did you notice they said Keanu Reeves is in it, the DLC? What if they add another ending? Or the true ending? You got to go play it then, don't you?
No.
Yeah, you do. You know you want that true ending. No. You're an ending collector.
Yeah.
You and Blood Axe are ending collectors.
I'm not really. I am a play and forget person. Remember this. I don't go back to games very often.
That is true. Like, we had to really make you jealous to go back to Diablo. Like, we were having so much fun on Diablo 3 that you finally loaded up, because I'm just like
I get into a kick. I will play a game abusively, and then once I'm done, I'm done.
I'll admit that I never thought, before you, I never met anybody who could get on a game and pull that, like, I got 16 hours of gameplay. The game came out yesterday. And I'm just like, so you didn't sleep either? He's like, no, man. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought that was just me, man. Just like, because I ain't gonna lie, I was up all night playing Skyrim. I was out all night.
I'll take off from work. Won't sleep for a few days.
You got sick.
Oh no, dude! I tell them when I take off time, dude. When I took off time to play Cyberpunk, they put a reason, and I was like, Cyberpunk. That was my reason for taking off of work.
I have never taken off from work to do games. I was always sick.
The HR lady called me and she was like, hey, I was putting in the time. This says Cyberpunk. And I was like, yeah, it's a video game.
Put it in.
Oh, so you're taking it off for a video game? I was like, yeah. She's like, all right.
Well, I also know where you work. That's probably the shit. You got people up to the CEO who probably put down Minecraft or something on there. So he works at a cool place.
I work for a software company. Whenever you work for a software company, you're going to have...
Yeah, well, I mean, most people are in the software, which includes games. But anyway, not to be the dead horse, but the main thing is I like it. Dicejunkies rule, I'll pay 10 if it adds new rules. If it adds the crafting system.
I enjoyed the game, so I will pay up to 20.
Yes. But for me, no. Well, you know what? I'd pay 20 if it added all the stuff I want. Not even multiplayer. If it added survival and a detailed crafting system, I'll pay 20. Because don't get me wrong, Cyberpunk's a good game. This is not an issue of the game being bad. This is a genre problem. I'm not, for example, Star whatever from Fallout, from Bethesda. I'm not a sci-fi guy. Starfield. I'm not a sci-fi. I mean, look at that. That shows you. I don't even... Starfall, Starscape, whatever. I'm not a sci-fi guy.
Not Star Citizen.
Oh, hell no. I know better than that. Jarek has warned us many times. He has spent so much money on that. Starfield only gets a pass because it's Bethesda. And Even then, if the money's tight, I won't get it.
I will say,
sci-fi. The money's tight at the time. It better fall.
If it doesn't have a survival mode, there will definitely be mods for survival mode.
See, that's the good thing about Bethesda. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Let's take a moment. No, official Dicejunkies respect. Nexus, thank you. You people do not get paid, and you put so much effort into improving these games.
Oh, they get paid.
Okay.
They get advertisement dollars.
And some of them have that, and I have actually liked and sent a couple of bucks. Again, when the money's good, I share. But still, the amount of effort, and I want to put a special thing on the people who did CBBE, Pandora, Ordinator. These guys have some amazing mods, but also the team that did Requiem, Horizon. Seriously, thank you. You guys, Bethesda ought to be paying you because you made their games replayable.
We should do a video. Have Q's top 10.
Yeah, we'll get the top 10 guys.
In a top 10.
And creators. Because they're cross Skyrim and that. We'll do that. We're going to make a video for you guys. But just the props out to the modders that spend all that energy. Because also they make fixes. They fix broken-ass Bethesda games. Yeah. Like, there's literally still a patch for Skyrim that came out recently, got updated for the anniversary edition. So, but that's the other thing that Bethesda, I got to give them credit to. Because I will say this. Bethesda, they let them do it, man. Bethesda be like, yo, fix it. Now, they ought to be paying people, but fix it. So, props out to that.
Bethesda has hired modders before.
They have done that, too. So, just props out to the modders out there in the world. Thank you. I wouldn't be playing Skyrim or I'd be forced to play Cyberpunk if it wasn't for you. But y'all went and added a new anniversary patch. I'm running around running Fenedrix's Magic World. It's got Hogwarts in it. I didn't expect that. I'm House Purple. There's Ravenclaw. No, House Blue. Yeah, these mods get wild. Don't worry about it. But like I said, this stuff gives you reason to play their games. So the only reason to finish it, the reason I'm willing to buy Starfield is because I know if it sucks, somebody will fix it. Let's be honest, somebody will fix it. If it don't have survival, somebody will put survival. If you can't pilot the ship, somebody will invent a whole piloting system. You think they won't? They'll invent a whole space combat system of their own if they don't like theirs. The mods don't care. They'll rewrite the whole game.
Yeah. Well, speaking of games that suck.
Not yet. I mean, come on. Okay, you're right. Everybody, just so you understand, Starfield will be broken. Okay, we know this. You know it's going to be broken. It's going to be great. It's going to be broken. It's okay, Bethesda. Sadly, we've become, like, what's it called when you fall in love with the, we got the dang syndrome.
Yeah. You just killed my transition. Thank you. Again, you are the transition killer.
Thank you.
That is going to be your title from now on.
I don't think I want that title. No, I don't think I want that title. I don't think they got to trouble. I ain't Dave Chappelle. I can't survive that kind of slack. No, I'm not the transition killer.
That is not what I meant. You know what I meant.
I'm not the transition killer.
Transitioning
to stopper or transition complainer.
The next. God, mother.
So, Saints Row. It's transitioning. It is not being its own company.
So, Volition to become part of Gearbox after Saints Row failed to meet expectations. Oh my God, you destroy this show, man. Like, I can't do anything. I
thought of something so much worse to say. You ought to apologize because I have not said the thing that popped in my head.
So, Saint Row, the reboot. Speaking of reboots earlier, this one did not do so well.
That's not what they say. Not what the developers say.
I will say this really got me because like we talked about Saints Row when it first came out, and we were talking about all the different bugs people were talking about and the shitty gameplay elements and all this stuff, and of course all I can assume is the paid reviewers because they're like, no, this is the best game ever, no bugs. Well,
it started dropping actually. The critic score started actually dropping too. It's down to 61 on Metacritic
because the non-paid reviewers didn't get it early like the paid ones.
Yeah.
So anyway.
And I'm throwing flag, huh? You just like, yeah, man. The guys not on the payroll got in there now.
Yeah. One of the big things with it, though that we were talking about was, and even the user score, I think they were, several times they were accused of removing scores. Eventually, they gave up, though, and they admit now.
Well, they don't have to. The freaking CEOs and sold the dang company. Yeah. They done merged.
That Saints Row sucked. It didn't meet expectations with its current 2 point something out of 10 user rating.
And Volition will transition and become part of Gearbox, which means there is no more Volition.
Yes.
Once you get absorbed into a bigger company, you're no longer a separate entity.
Sadly, those shitty developers are now going to be working on probably Borderlands.
I get one. That's my F-bomb. It's well into the video now. F-bomb's there. Oh, God. What are they going to do with Ava? She was so bad. Oh, these people? Oh, that burns. That burns like gonorrhea. That's bad. Oh.
And on top of that, apparently, I don't even know what this game is. I've never played Risk of Rain, but apparently
has a fan base that's crying.
That is crying because apparently Gearbox picked them up too. And,
I don't blame them for crying. They brought on Volition. There's no hope. These guys killed Saints Row. Let me tell you something. The last Saints Row game before reboot was so asinine and ridiculous. It was The Matrix meets Space Aliens meets Dragon Ball Z. You know how hard it is to disappoint a Saints Row fan?
Look, to me, Saints Row, and I'm sorry to Saints Row fans out there, but Saints Row has never been a AAA game. It's always been that bad B movie,
But it's got its fan base, and it was fun.
Well, no, bad B movie. I love B movies.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
I like that just randomness, weirdness that and I've played a couple of Saints Rows, but at the same time, it hurts when even a B movie is taken over by something else and ruined.
That's my point, though. Do you know how bad you have to be to disappoint a Saints Row fan after the crap they've been through? This game could have been about all the Saints Row or werewolves fighting vampire capitalists or something, and it would have worked. These guys managed to disappoint a fan base that would take almost any idea and accept it.
Saints Row was notoriously buggy, except we called them exploits.
Get out of hell. It was a musical in hell. You don't know about the DLC. I know. Get out of hell. Saints Row fans would take almost anything. You had to screw up to make them go, this is trash. That is amazing.
Saints Row was notoriously known for people using bugs to make the game more fun.
Yeah. Hey, we like to call those special features.
Yeah.
And like you said, exploits and cheats, and not just horrific game bugs. But the thing is that's why I was so disappointed, because you didn't have to try hard. They just want another Saints Row game. You would have at least made medium to moderate success if you had made anything almost that was resembling Saints Row.
The biggest thing is
so far left.
That's the thing.
I don't mean it that way, but so far off road.
Yeah. The thing is that's the thing. They changed the entire aesthetic of the game. It wasn't even to do with all the bugs, because like we said, the bugs were pretty bad. But the biggest thing is the aesthetic of the game completely changed. And it's one of those things where you didn't even have to call the game Saints Row. You could have called it something else.
I think this would have done a lot better if this had not been called Saints Row.
Yeah.
Because you were looking for a new fan base. Well, if you're looking for a new fan base, don't make a game that's fan base is old. Make a new game. Make a new game and call it a Saints Row. This game is kind of like Saints Row, but it's new, it's interesting, and it's about a bunch of college kids trying to pay off their student loans and anti-capitalist. There's a fan base for that, I think. So, you could have did that. I honestly believe this game would have did better if it didn't have the Saints Row tag. Because you know why? There are people that like it, but it's not the Saints Row people that like it. I think the reviews, I won't call them review bombing, but you set an expectation. You called it Saints Row, and then it wasn't. If you didn't call it Saints Row, I honestly believe this score would be like 50% higher minimum. I will say that honestly. I believe this score, the 2.1 would be a 5 or 6, and the Metacritic 61 would be about a 70 or 80. I really believe that in my heart. I believe that a lot of these are not just that the game, not so much even that the game's bad as much as it is, because you know what I keep seeing? Everybody that's complaining about this game went looking for Saints Row. and that was their mistake. Please stop making products with the name of a franchise that you don't like and you don't want to do. Make a new product. I believe that I'm going to say this too. Rings of Power should have been its own thing. Several of these recent products should have been their own story. Make a new franchise. One, you don't get the negative reviews from people that have an expectation. Don't set expectations if you're going to subvert them. Don't set them in the first place. Tell a new story. Honestly, the story of Saints Row, I'm about to say something crazy. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. What actually happens, why the villain does what he does, there's a sitcom scene. It's kind of funny. It actually would be humorous to people that went there looking for that type of humor. I see the potential for people to have seen this as a schlocky, not even a B, a C or D movie script that was designed to have bad acting, designed to have bad humor. We played those games. What's his name? Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem's humor is stupid. Duke Nukem is styled off of bad movie humor, bad voice acting, and we love it because that's the style. Saints Row wasn't as bad as this was. They should have made this a new product. I firmly believe that it would have landed at about a 70 to 80 Metacritic or so, and about a user audience of middle of the road. But when you told people this is Saints Row, and then you decided to have nothing to do with that except to put the symbol.
I'm not going to say they didn't have anything to do with it, but
it's just called Saints Row.
It's just a different feel. It's more the feel. They added a lot of the.
No, Saints Row was originally based on an actual street, a block called Saints Row, and this gang that defended their territory. That's not the case here. They walk in a random empty church, see a symbol, and just go, "Let's call ourselves the Saints." There is no row. There is no row in Saints Row. There's no fucking row in Saints Row. There is no block. They don't name it after a street. They're not protecting the territory. They walk into church. They see this, like the saint symbol, and go, "What are we going?" The literal line is, "What should we call ourselves?" I don't know. Saints. That's it. That's how much they give a fuck. Dang it. That's 3. Got to stop. All right. That's how much they cared. It's literally coincidence. They could have walked in there and saw Woody the freaking Woodpecker and said, "We're the Peckerwoods." They could have did that. I mean, that's how much it mattered. There is no connection to the previous Saints. There's no connection to the gangs. They're not even a gang. They're more like a anarchist, anti-capitalist group. Literally. I've watched the whole playthrough. It has nothing to do with the Saints. It's a coincidence they're called the Saints. So no, don't you even try that. It's a coincidence they're called the Saints. So why even bother? Name it something else and save yourself negative reviews. All right, I'm done. I'm good. I done used up everybody. I used your F-bombs. I used Blood Axe F-bombs. He ain't even here.
All right, so
I ain't got nothing left for Gearbox. No, we already done with Gearbox.
Yeah, since we're done with Gearbox, how about a game that you're actually interested in?
They delayed this junk like 4 or 5 years.
Oh.
Wait, what was Dead Island?
Dead Island 2 update. It has been postponed by another 12 short weeks. Look at that. They say
3 months.
12 short weeks.
There's no such thing as a short week. Hold on. What was Dead Island Riptide? Because this thing has been delayed a lot. Now tell them your theory of why. You did have a good idea why. I didn't think about
I didn't say it was a theory of why. It was just... I mean, there are several games that are coming out in February. For one, Bethesda. So
the last Dead Island game that wasn't that stupid little multiplayer money game, Dead Island Riptide came out 2013
of April.
So
maybe they wanted to get closer to the 10 year anniversary.
10 friggin' year, dude. Dying Light. That the guys who went on to do the actual original team is on its second friggin' game. Is about to release a DLC.
But yeah, so originally the game was going to be coming out right around the same time as Starfield. Now it's going to be coming out around the same time as Diablo 4. So I'm curious how that's gonna play out because. And
me and Blood Axe love zombie survivors. So we played Dead Island, we played Dead Island Riptide, we played Dying Light, we suffered through Dying Light 2. We're looking at the DLC because we're just desperate to beat up some zombies together. We were looking forward to Dead Island 2 just because if nothing else, the combat looked fun, the humor looked light, and I liked navigating the actual city instead of some weird Rwandan, third world tent city, you know, because I mean, it's a little more of a city in Dying Light 2, but it still doesn't have that U.S. I like the recognizable. I really was looking forward to this, and now I have a 3-month friggin' delay. And what scared me is then he turned out and said, actually, Diablo comes out in April. So we're like, they're going to push it back again once they realize that. So we're probably looking at a November, December release. But that type of humor, the beaches, the cityscape, looks fun. Me and my boy going to roll through, and we're going to whoop us some zombies. And look at those weapons. See, that's what Dying Light was missing. That's a juicy weapon there. Sledgehammer. Oh, god damn. How many other zombies did you eat, motherfucker? You was big. Take it. F-ball. All right. But dude, that dude swole. That's big swole.
Do you even work out, bro?
Yeah. I eat protein shake vendors. I eat Smoothie King employees. Like, no, but see, that looks fun. But now let's be serious. I'm kind of scared because 3 months is a long delay. Was there a problem?
I don't know. 3 months.
I'm worried there was a problem because that's a long.
Here's the thing. I mean, I see a lot. Almost every game is consistently getting delayed now, and I think a lot of it comes from the cyberpunk fear. You know, because you release a game. Come on, dude. Let's be honest. We've played a lot of buggy games in our days. Especially,
what game hasn't come out buggy in a while?
Yeah. Especially, I mean, I grew up as a PC gamer, which were notorious for releasing buggy games you couldn't even finish without eventually having to go download a patch from somewhere, or because you might not have internet, go buy a PC magazine because it had little CDs in there with that you had to install that had patches and updates on it. We're dating ourselves real bad here because they're going like, what? A magazine? What's that? Yeah, it had a disc in it? So as a PC gamer from all the way back to the 90s,
when PCs were made.
Early 90s.
We were around when PCs were made, man.
I mean, I played dude, I played games on
I played DOS
in the 80s, that were just monochrome games, but I don't consider that the point of PC gaming.
True,
I put PC gaming right around the time of Wolfenstein and Doom, which is early 90s.
True, that's when the good stuff started coming out.
So, but
Quake.
The point being, games released with bugs. We sort of got used to it. Now consoles are connected to the internet, so consoles got infected by the PC mentality of we can release it now,
we can patch it
and patch it later. But all of a sudden, the latest mentality of we I guess it's all about.
It's the reviews.
Nobody listens.
It's the reviews.
Yeah, nobody wants to read a review of you talking good about a game. It's the shit talking that people get interested in. So you blow up a game for everything that's wrong with it.
I mean, I get that, but I think it's just the fact that now that you can review a game on release, where before that wasn't a common thing. Mm-hmm. You don't have time to fix it. You could lose a lot of money.
Well, I mean, it's also has to do with streaming because streamers are going to pick it up on day one
and show the glitches.
Yeah. So there's just so many things that releasing a game buggy now is dangerous.
But here's the question: then why don't you do it right the first time within the release date? What's happening that these games keep being off by 3 or 4 months?
Still has bugs, dude.
So you know what? I got to defend. You know what?
That's the thing. If I've got to release a clean game with that isn't filled with bugs, because hello. If I want to release a clean game that's not filled with bugs, then the development time is going to have to be increased.
Then why didn't they do what? Because let me tell you something. I'm gonna praise this. This is bold, but I respect it.
Okay.
These games that put out that demo and that alpha, I got to get them props. Because you're letting people know if your game's worth a damn. Why didn't they do an alpha for 3 months? Because at least then we could get our toes in the water, wet our lips. We could tell them what's wrong with the game. Because here's the thing. When I play a beta and it's buggy, I don't mind. I've never flipped out. Man, this is buggy. Man, I played Outriders. That was a trash fire. Now, unfortunately, it still released buggy. I don't know what the hell wrong with them mofos. I didn't F-bomb it. But my point is that we're way more forgiving when you do the beta. What I think, if I had an option, I would have said they should have went beta, and then we're going to push the full release back, but we're going to give you a beta. Because here's the problem. With no beta, listen to me, with no beta, it's still going to release buggy. It's still going to release, but yeah, there's a lot of lawsuits. William Coleman saying pre-orders a lawsuit. There have been in Europe a lot of lawsuits about those buggy games.
Here's my issue with that. So like Blood Axe and you've been playing that Obsidian game, Grounded. And I mean, dude, Blood Axe has put in hours and hours and hours, and he's even pointed out bugs and issues within the game. Mm-hmm. It's a cop-out, dude, because you know what Blood Axe has gotten for that? Nothing. So that's my problem with betas and alphas and stuff like that. You're basically getting free labor.
But you're also risking it. The person tries a game, doesn't like it, and somebody that might have bought it won't buy it.
And where it works sometimes, eventually that's going to bite them in the ass. Now, the first game company that decides to go, hey, we're going to release our game beta.
Well, part of it. You don't release the whole game.
Yeah, I know.
Do like Wolong.
But you
release
the game beta, and you start giving incentives. You go, hey, and if you find a bug, we'll have grades. I mean, some software already does this. Google's done it, and some other companies where they go, all right, you find a spelling error, we'll give you like $5. So, if you find exploit, we'll give you $100. Oh, well, if you find a game breaking bug, we'll give you this much, and actually give some incentive to people playing betas, because otherwise, all you're doing is you're getting free labor out of people, and that sort of pisses me off, man. I'm not your development team. I'm not your quality assurance. Either you have quality assurance or you pay people who actually are doing it for you.
Well, okay, but
I mean, you're right. With the prices of games constantly going up, you're raising the fucking price of the game, but you're getting fucking free labor from me. Hell fucking no. I don't give a shit about that stuff. What you need to do.
He's a dev. Yeah, you can tell.
What you need to do is you either fucking pay the people who are doing the work for you, or you just you pay good QA and quality assurance to get your game out there right.
Dev. No, because you're right. That's the way a dev would feel. That's 100%. Now, to defend Obsidian, he did get to keep all his stuff. That was his payout. He wanted to do that.
Well, that's
for him. That's because he spent all the time. Me, I ain't get nothing out of it. I just did it because my boy liked the game, and I like Obsidian as a company. They could have did better on Outer Worlds, but I like Fallout New Vegas cred, said I'm willing to help them. Mm-hmm. But you're not wrong that you could also just get a QA team that knows what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with QA and video game companies, and I'm not trying to pick on y'all. Maybe there just ain't enough of you. Maybe it's that you need a certain number of people before the glitches and errors start to show. I don't know how that's the case with a single-player game like Elden Ring or Skyrim or something. It's a single-player game. I don't know how that's the case. But I have to admit that I feel that, like, you're a real QA. I don't know what the heck the QA at these companies are doing. Now, no, I have heard rumors, so I'm going to defend the actual people that they get, like, no time. Or they report errors and it gets ignored. I have heard that a lot, that they'll go, hey, this is broken. The company goes, does the game still turn on? And they're like, yeah. They go,
oh, no, I know horror stories from guys. I mean, I know somebody who was QA for ID Software for Doom Eternal. And, they have told me nothing. I know nothing. But
I was going to say, like, you named the company, so I was about to go, like, where we going with this, buddy? Let's just say that we've talked to a lot of different QA people, and ignoring your QA team occurs. Yeah, we're not saying anyone in particular.
I mean, game QA companies fucking pay peanuts.
Oh God, yeah.
And they work the hell out of their employees with
like,
insane
we're going
to
play video games, man. You should be happy. And it's like, no, you're paying people to do a job.
Now, a lot of them, like we saw with Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk had an external QA team, and they were paid to by how many bugs they submitted.
Yes.
Which is what happened a lot with Cyberpunk's release, is because they got flooded with all these inane bugs, and never got to the
like, why am I T-posing naked on top of my motorcycle, which is probably the bug you should pay attention to.
That one didn't really bother me. I just changed my main character to a female. But well, because I didn't want my dick flapping in the wind, dude.
That's what bothered me. I'm just like, flop, 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 T-pose. I'm just like, this is very distracting.
So I just changed to a character that didn't have a dick, so I didn't have to worry about seeing it flop in the wind.
Nobody if Bob's Hard would demonetize us now. I'm safe. It's you. I'm safe, y'all. I'm safe. He took the bullet. I did not demonetize this video.
I have never. Okay, Will.
Did you know that qualifies as sexist?
I've never T-posted on my motorcycle naked.
You haven't, I hope.
No.
But my character has several times.
I've T-posted naked doing other things, but that's...
Now we're fully demonetized. Now that we're mentioning real nudity. That's right. OnlyFans.
Now that's a demonetization right there. You're mentioning that.
What? We can have an OnlyFans.
Oh, no, that site in general is how people get banned everywhere.
Oh, wow. They got that bad? You can't even mention it?
Yeah. Oh, but anyway.
Are we not hot enough?
I mean...
If we were hot enough, we wouldn't get banned.
Where were we? I forgot what our conversation was now.
We were talking about release it for bugs.
Yeah.
If they are good.
Release your games without bugs
they'll never come out.
And are reasonably. And if you're gonna make people debug your games, give them something for
That's
it.
That's our new thing, man. You know what? On top of being immediate, we're going to make a debug. We're just going to make a QA company. That's our second thing. We're just going to start offering QA service. I will play your game. I will QA it. I will send you real bugs for a reasonable salary because apparently these people playing the game don't know how to find a bug. And I find bugs all the time because I'm a dirty player. You know what I'm saying? Like long before I was the first person. Remember I posted that video about abusing the thing on Elden Rings, abusing the dragon breath? Yeah, they nerfed the crap. They fixed that quick. But I thought it was funny that I had the first video out of doing that before anyone else. If you go look, it's badly recorded. It's choppy. But I was abusing Elden Ring exploits before anyone else. I was abusing it early on. So I'll find your bugs and I'll find your exploits. And I won't even ask for a whole lot of money, just a decent amount. You know, and I won't take 3 freaking months. I could beat the whole damn game 3 times in 3 months. Come on, dude. In 3 months, we can play that sucker upside down, sideways, every corner. I mean, how you need 3? I'm sorry. This 3 months feels like a lot. 12 weeks just feels like a long delay. Let's move on. Segue. You're good at that shit.
Oh, insert segue here. All right, so next
Disney. Yeah, that segues for this. Speaking of not paying people for, I don't know
either. All right, so
yay Disney.
apparently Endor is really good, and nobody wants to watch it.
Pretty good. Don't get us hit. Okay, don't put our name on really good.
Did I say really?
You said really good.
I did say supposedly.
You did say supposedly.
He
put it. That was a quotation and a question mark. The key part is that it's worth a watch. Yeah. It's worth a watch from what I heard.
From what I've heard, it's worth watching, and you know, and a lot of people have been trying to figure out why it's not getting the views, and we actually discussed this, and then we saw this article, which is basically what we said.
But Boba Fett and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, when you know, and we were talking because we were also talking about
Marvel
and how, you know, a lot of the shows haven't gotten watched, but you know, and then they brag whenever something does get a lot of views, but it was mostly because the previous one was really good, and then anyway, people are starting to get burned out, it seems, on the bad stuff. So even when you make something good, you're not seeing it. Which, I mean, it is. It's the boy who cried wolf sort of mentality after. So
everybody gets one.
Yeah.
Remember the old meme, everybody gets one? If you make something really good, then you will get purchases and views on the next one. That doesn't mean the next one's good. It just means that you had a lot of return because of the quality of the first one. But if the second one sucks, then you will have reduced results on the third one because now people no longer equate to equality. But you'll still have a few people giving you that one more chance. If the third one sucks, you're dead. And what they did is that they put out the Book of Boba Fett. There was nothing like what the trailer implied, and
which got views because of the Mandalorian.
Because of Mandalorian. But people were like, that wasn't really good. The only good part was the Mandalorian. Then they did Obi-Wan, and people said, oh no, this is just trash. Wow, this isn't good at all. So when Andor came out, people didn't even give it a chance. Even when people tell people it's good, here's a good example. I've heard it's good. Blood Axe has heard it's good. We're still not giving it a chance because it's like you just lost all of your enthusiasm. Like, it's like what happened with me when I messed up with Cyberpunk. I waited so long to go back to Cyberpunk, I can't get excited. Because my Cyberpunk enthusiasm, because we played the tabletop, we tried some other stuff, it was okay. And I just said, that's what happened here. Even if it is good, the momentum is lost. All the Star Wars momentum is lost.
Yeah, which I did hear. It's not in this article. It was another article. But supposedly Disney is talking about even putting Andor on other streaming services. Probably going to put it on Hulu, which they own part of anyway.
It's amazing. Disney doesn't share money. Disney does not. It's like Joey. You don't share food. You don't share money.
And they were also talking about doing it on live broadcast TV or something. So
that's desperate because Disney does not share. Y'all, if you've watched us for a while, you know I've had a lot of pieces on Disney. If Disney can make $100 and you make one, Disney goes, I don't want to do it because I don't want you to even make $1. This shocked me that they're willing to share that money. That's wild.
I mean, when you do. They got to keep. They lost their momentum. They're trying to get their momentum back. I understand it because that means if they can get Andor out there to more people and more people go, okay, this is good. Then that next thing that they make that's crap can get some more views.
Well, I know why they're doing that too. Well, no, actually, you're wrong. They're doing this because they don't want this to mess up Mandalorian season 2 or 3. Because Mandalorian Season 3 is in the make, and it should have viewership. You want to know what? I'm not excited about Mandalorian Season 3 anymore.
Mandalorian Season 3 will get views, though, regardless of this.
But it's getting hurt. I'm
sure it'll hurt some, but I think it will still get views because of Mandalorian 1 and 2. You know.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's going to fail.
It's sort of
Disney wants every dollar.
It's sort of like Doctor Strange, you know. Doctor Strange 1 was good. People enjoyed it. The MCU started falling off, and a lot of that stuff before Doctor Strange 2 didn't get a lot of views. But Doctor Strange 2 still got a lot of views because Doctor Strange 1 was good. True. So Mandalorian should still be able to ride off of Mandalorian. It's just the new series have had a reputation of being bad.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's going to shave off 50%, but I'd say they're going to lose about 5-10% just because of exhaustion, fatigue in general. Star Wars.
I mean, you can do that with a third season of anything, though.
True,
you get fatigue from just multiple seasons generally.
Yeah, but like I said, that's why I said 5-10%. That's a low number. I think they're going to lose a little bit.
Nothing helps with fatigue now.
Well, I mean, keeping quality coming out does.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're still going to have some no matter what. You're going to have some fatigue.
But I mean, what is it? Endgame is a good example. That they managed to get like 9 movies or something in before fatigue settled into that. So that mean, if you can keep a good momentum, you can minimize it. All I'm saying is that I believe that Obi-Wan and Book of Boba Fett will affect Mandalorian somewhat. I don't think it's enough to sink it. But I do feel that they're going to lose a little momentum because of all the trash in between. People that got sick of Disney, or people like me and Blood Axe who are literally basically boycotting it at this point. Even though I want to see Mandalorian Season 3, what's going to probably have to happen is that Zeno's going to have to watch it and tell me it's pretty good. Then I'll watch it. I will not sit down to watch it as soon as it comes out. But if you come back and tell me I need to watch it, I will.
I'm not make you the watch Star Wars fan.
Too bad, it's you. We voted you. Like sometimes you gotta bite the bullet.
That's Blood Axes. I'm just gonna watch the horrible Trigun. So that's
I'm gonna watch that with you too. Out of torture, we hate watching Trigun. I would not miss out on the Trigun.
Okay.
After they turn knives into Magneto, I gotta see what bull crap this supposed to be. Everybody's got I don't know when he became Omega Red and Magneto's love child. Because we watched the new trailer of that, and I was just like, what, is he Magneto now? With tentacles coming out his back? What the flip are we watching? And they trying to be other animes. I'm like, this is not Trigun. This is something else.
All right. I didn't realize you were going to suffer through that with me.
You got alcohol. Yeah, I got some tequila for Nito's tequila, man. Yeah,
we should make a special drink for that. We'll have to come up with something.
We're gonna mix absinthe and Everclear.
I mean, maybe I don't.
We're gonna make how is Trigun? I don't know, but man, that drink was something.
That purple elephant halfway through.
I know, man. These sliders were good. You know what I'm saying? See, we can get Blood Axe to cut down, make the big smokes, man, because man, those were good, and we'll be eating and. What happened? I don't know. Magneto killed Cyclops. This is what I thought I saw.
Oh.
Professor Xavier sure looks weird. But
why is Cable in this?
I mean, pretty much at that point. I mean, you saw it, dude. It looks like an episode of the X-Men. I was waiting for Sabretooth to run on screen. I was like, oh, it's Sabretooth. Like,
Robert De Niro? What?
By the way, and see, this is what we're saying. Look how easy it is to ignore Andor.
Yeah.
Look how Andor gets no love. We got onto a whole other thing so easy because nobody's paying it any attention.
Anyway, if you do watch it, let us know in the comments. And maybe enough people tell us it's good, we'll actually watch it. Maybe.
He will watch it.
All right, we're going to wrap up there, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to Dicejunkies.com where you can find links everywhere we are online. Be sure to check out Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, all that good stuff. And be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on YouTube. You can check us out live here every Sunday at 3:30 Central Time. Thanks for watching, and as always,